श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री गुरुचरण कमलभ्यो नमः। ओम नमः शिवाय। विनायकं गुरुं बाणो ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वरः। सरस्वतीं प्रणम्यादो सर्वकार्यार्थसिद्धये। अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकार एकं निधानंद आनंद अद्वैत पूर्णं परम निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरेहं परब्रह्म रूपं गणेशं भजे मां। गुणातीतिमानं चिदानंद रूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्म रूपं गणेशं भजे मां। जगत्कारणं कारणज्ञानरूपं सुराधीं सुखाधीं गुणेशं गणेशं जगद्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्दे सुरेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजे मां। परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजे मां। हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम। ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम। ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम। ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परविष्णु शिव हरि ओम।
परविष्णु शिव हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परविष्णु शिव हरि ओम।
परविष्णु शिव हरि ओम।
हरि ओम जय शिव हरि ओम।
हरि ओम जय शिव हरि ओम।
ओ हरि ओम जय शिव हरि ओम।
हरि ओम जय शिव हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम तत्सत् हरि ओम।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
गोविंद गोविंद भजो राधे गोविंद, गोपाल गोपाल भजो कृष्ण मुकुंद।
केशव माधव जय देवा मधुसूदन।
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना।
केशव माधव जय देवा मधुसूदन।
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना।
केशव माधव जय देवा मधुसूदन।
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना।
कृष्ण मधुसूदन मधुसूदन कृष्ण।
कृष्ण मधुसूदना मधुसूदना कृष्ण।
ओ कृष्ण मधुसूदन मधुसूदन कृष्ण।
कृष्ण मधुसूदना मधुसूदना कृष्ण।
राधे गोविंद गोपाल जय गोविंद राधे गोपाल।
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 राधे 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 हे राधे 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 जय राधे।
राधे 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 जय राधे।
ओ जय जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल,
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
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 जय जय राधा जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
जय राधा जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
ओ हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम, हरि ओम, 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 हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम तत्सत, हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परविष्णु शिव हरि ओम।
परमेश्वर शिव हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परब्रह्मा शिव हरि ओम।
परविष्णु शिव हरि ओम।
परमेश्वर शिव हरि ओम।
हरि ओम, हरि ओम, जय शिव हरि
ओम
ओम।
हरि ओम, हरि ओम, जय शिव हरि
ओ
ओम।
हरि ओम, हरि ओम, जय शिव हरि
ओम
ओम।
हरि ओम, हरि ओम, जय शिव हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि
ओ
बोल।
जय राधा रमन हरि बोल, जय राधा रमन हरि बोल।
ओम हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
ओ जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
गौरी नंदन गणनाथा।
गौरी नंदन गणनाथा।
सुख करता है दुख हरता।
सुख करता है दुख
सबो
हरता।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
ओ जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
गौरी पुत्र विघ्न हरता।
गौरी पुत्र विघ्न हरता।
गौरी पुत्र विघ्न हरता।
गौरी पुत्र विघ्न हरता।
रिद्धि सिद्धि के सुख दाता।
रिद्धि सिद्धि के सुख
ओ
दाता।
रिद्धि सिद्धि के सुख दाता।
रिद्धि सिद्धि के सुख दाता।
सबो जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
ओ जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
जय गणेशा, जय जय गणेशा, जय गणेशा गणनाथा।
ओम हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम।
ओम हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम।
Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari Om, Hari Om,
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Hari Om, Hari Om, बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की। Namaste or Sitaram. Swagatam and a warm and cordial welcome as we begin this evening spiritual exercises. This being our penultimate night, our 10th night of devotions to that Lord Ganesha. Through his blessings, all things are possible. Through his blessings, we are able to overcome all of life's many challenges. And as we overcome those challenges, we seek and foster a relationship with that divine Lord that affords us the opportunity to be able to achieve all the things that we want to achieve in this world. It is by no design, but it's because of our karmic propensities. What we sow, so shall we reap. What we put out into this universe, that comes back to us. Every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Without any prayer, without any sankalp, whatever we do in this world doesn't go anywhere. What goes around comes around. That's why this world is round. You put it out into the universe, and it multiplies, and it is returned unto you. Such is the nature of the cosmic world that we live in. Most of the times, we focus on the trivialities of the mundane existence, and we fail to recognize that which is truly important, significant moments in our life that we need to actually remember and reflect upon, for without which we become entangled in the web of this Maya. And when we become entangled in the web of Maya, my dear friends, then what happens? We forget. Sometimes deliberately, so we forget. Sometimes we choose to forget. What is the greater purpose of our existence? And we focus our thoughts on all of the things that are minuscule, trivial, and we fight, and we disagree, and we spend all of our energies. We spend all of our energies. How do you saying go before you fall in love with the pharmacy? We expend all of our energies in our youthful days, and when we get a little bit older, we fall in love with the pharmacy. The pharmacy becomes our best friend. Why? Because instead of becoming a walking Mandir, we end up a walking drugstore. And if you don't believe me, you just take a survey and walk through here, and anybody you see with a big handbag or a purse, you see how much inside is not medical supplies. Right. They might be representing one of the pharmaceutical company. You check it out inside there. I can guarantee you beyond a shadow of a doubt, anybody falls sick yet, and if you headache, if you only think you have a headache, you go see how much tablet coming out from all them bag and them there. You don't have to worry. This is the best place to fall sick if you want to fall sick. You have medicine like that. You don't have to worry. But you know what is the greatest medicine? Faith in that divine Lord. That's the greatest medicine. Because there comes a point in time when the mind simply can't tolerate the pain anymore. What do you say? We know this thing, because we've experienced it before. You just walk through the hospital ward and think a little bit, then you go, hey, oh God, nurse, oh God, nurse. Help me, heavenly. Everybody calling, oh God, oh God, oh God. And you know what happens? As soon as the Panadol started working, oh God again, it stops saying, oh God. That, oh God, is only until we get relief from the physical pain. And then we forget. And we go back into the Maya of this world. Such is the nature of this phenomenal world. For those of us who were fortunate or unfortunate enough to get a glimpse of that moon last week Friday. Even if it's in a reflection self. Even if you dream the moon, you could find yourself in some problems, you know. Tonight we listen to an episode where Bhagwan Krishna himself is narrating this katha to Rukmini. For she saw something in him and she got a little worried. One day, you know, this is in the time of Dwapar Yuga, Bhagwan Krishna, in the evening time, he's looking out of the window and he's observing all of the Purvasyo, all of the Yadu clan, all of the people walking, and he's enjoying the cool breeze and looking into the night sky. And as he's looking across the lake, he happens to glimpse at that moon, and for a moment he thinks, oh, look how beautiful the moon is shining. And as soon as that thought enters his mind, as if a switch is flipped, Bhagwan Krishna, in a state of panic, he closes the window and he pulls the curtain and he says, oh, Bapre Bap, you know how we say like that, no? The Rukmini is thinking, not. Sure, Lord of this world, what did you see there that caused you to get frightened? He said, Devi, if you only know. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. If you only know what you don't know. So she said, what is happening? Tell me, why are you reacting like this? And he tells of a katha where Chandradeva, as I told you before, took the opportunity with a little ego in his physical beauty to laugh at Ganesha. And Bhagwan Ganesha gave him a shrap. That's why I told you last night, physical things don't last for very long, you know. If you as long as you base your happiness on external agencies, you're doomed to suffer. It doesn't take very long for you to experience pain. Because all things that are physical are trivial, it wanes over time. Very quickly, it disappears. And our mind is a very interesting tool. It fools us into seeing what we want to see, not necessarily what the reality is. We see what we want to see. Our perception of this world is based on what's in the mind. So if you're a happy person, whatever you see in this world, you'll be happy. Because that's who you are innately, your inner quality. If you're a pessimistic or negative person, no matter what you see in the world, you will always find fault. You will always find fault. Nothing is perfect. Always something that upsets you. You know why? Because you're not happy inside. You're always upset with your own self. So therefore, who will not be upset with outside? Everything will be a problem. The sun too hot, too much rain falling, this ain't happening, that ain't happening. Always something to complain. Why? Because that's the inner nature of the person. They're always complaining. For what? No matter how much God give them, they will still complain. Never contented. And some people are like that. What you go do? That's just the karma. I can't do anything about that. We have to change our outlook in life. Bhagwan Krishna says, because of that pride that Chandradeva had, he had to experience this difficulty, this pain, and the potency of that sharp lasts for one day in every year. And that is on the Chaturthi din in Bhado Mas Shukal Paksh. And that was last week Friday. And because of that, called Kalankik Chand, there's a possibility that people will accuse you for things that you didn't do. Don't worry, you know. Once you sit down in a seat like where you and I sit down in, with that accusation, there's come left, right, and center. You don't have to do nothing self. It has happened. That is just par for the course, as they say. When you're in public life, expect boulders will come. I'm telling you, a young Pundit, you have to know you make your back strong, you know. Make sure and exercise and lift some weights and things. Do plenty deadlift and your back has to be strong, because in public life, for no reason at all, people will cast aspersions. But you know what the old people say? Nobody does pelt a barren tree. The only time people attack you is because you have something of value. The only time somebody taking on any tree is either the tree giving them shade or the tree has some fruit in it that they want. And they're waiting for the tree to offer the fruit in it. The nature of the tree is such that You don't have to beat the tree, you know. When the fruit is ripe, the tree will let go of the fruit, and if you're careful, you have breaks for your head. Your fruit will fall in your hand if you only stand up on the tree long enough. But we are impatient as a people, so we want to beat down the tree to get it. Such is the nature of the human being. But if there is no fruit in that tree, they pass that tree straight. No value. That is the life that we live, and that is what we sign up for, so we must accept those conditionalities. It is par for the course. Nothing is wrong with that. Bhagavan Krishna was no different. He experienced all of these trials and tribulations, and through his life lesson we learn. Bhagavan Krishna, my dear friends, is telling her, it will not be very long from now when you will see somebody going to attack me. They're going to say something. I'll get blamed for something that I didn't do. And you'll see for yourself. So she's thinking, what are you talking about? Who going to say anything? You are the Nath, you are the Lord of Dwarika. Everybody prays. दुख हरो द्वारिका नाथ शरण में तेरी. Everybody knows this, right? Dukha haro, please remove from my life, O Lord. O Dwarika Nath, sharan mai teri, I am at your feet. Aay sharan prabhu teri, ab meri laaj rakh meri. Dukha haro Dwarika Nath sharan mein teri. We pray and we ask. We ask the Lord to protect me, to take away my problems and difficulties. But when the Lord has problems and difficulties, who is going to help him? Are we equipped to help the Lord if he asks any one of us for assistance? Can we? It's difficult, isn't it? But who is going to help him? And Katha begins, my dear friends. And as this Katha begins, let us ask of that Divine Lord blessings. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandan. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandan. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandan. Ganapati Jagavandan. Shankar Suvana Bhavani Nandan. Shankar Suvana Bhavani Nandan. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandan. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandan. Siddhi Sadana Gaj Vadana Vinayak. Siddhi Sadana Siddhi Sadana Gaj Vadana Vinayak. Kripa Sindhu Kripa Sindhu Sundar Sublayak. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandan. Gaye Ganapati Jagavandan. Modak Priya Modak Priya Muda Mangal Data 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 Modak Priya Muda मंगलदाता विद्यावारिधि विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विदाता गाये गणपति जगवंदन
गाये गणपति जगवंदन।
मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे मांगत तुलसीदास कर जोरे बस हीरा बस हीरा बस हीरा बस हीरा मसिया मानस मोरे गाये गणपति जगवंदन गाये गणपति जगवंदन गाये गणपति जगवंदन। बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। In the time of Bhagwan Krishna, my dear friends, उस द्वापर युग पुरी में उग्र नामक यादव के सत्राजित और प्रसेन नामक दो पुत्र हुए। Two very powerful individuals by the name of Prasenjit and Satrajit. समुद्र तट पर स्थिर भाव से सूर्य नारायण को प्रसन्न करने के लिए वीर्यवान सत्राजित तपस्या करने लगे। On the banks of the river, Satrajit would sit every day. In the morning as the sun rises, he'll perform puja and worship to Surya Narayan Swami. He's praying to Surya Narayan Swami and he's asking for blessings every morning without fail. And as the sun sets, the same thing. He performs Gor Tapasya, वीर्यवान सत्राजित तपस्या। वे निराहार रहकर सूर्य के ओर तकत की भांत कर आराधना करने लगे। And he's performing devotions to Surya Narayan Swami. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah. Suryaya Namah Adityaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya 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 Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Suryaya. Bhaskaraya Vidmahe Divakaraya Dhimahi Tanno Surya Prachodayat. प्रेम से सूर्य नारायण स्वामी की जय। Today is Sunday, dedicated to Surya Narayan Swami. And he's performing worship unto the Divine Lord. Nirahar, without food or water. He's performing. Remember a few nights ago we discussed how you should be fasting and how you should operate? And in today's society, people feel that their belly had to be full before they do puja. And people are encouraged to do that. See what the scripture says? I didn't say it, I make it up, I read it for you. Need ahar, need no water, no food. And he's doing tapasya for Surya Narayan Swami. The greater the degree of sacrifice, the greater the reward. We must know this thing. And that is in all aspects of our lives. भगवान सूर्य नारायण स्वामी प्रसन्न होकर सत्राजित दे समक्ष प्रकट हुए. After a long time like this, my dear friends, Surya Narayan Swami, being very happy and pleased with that devotion, he appears before Satrajit. Satrajit भी अपने आराधना के दर्शन से बहुत प्रसन्न हुए. Being very pleased with him, Satrajit stands before the Lord और स्तुति करने वाले. Om Ravaye Namaha, Om Mitraye Namaha, Om Kagaya Namaha, Om Mariche Namaha, Om Bhanave Namaha, Om Bhushne Namaha, Om Surya Narayanaya Namaha, Harihi Om. He's chanting the stuti of Surya Narayan Swami. Hey Hari, O Lord, बारंबार प्रणाम करता हूं. Again and again I bow unto your lotus like feet. हे ग्रहराज, हे चंद्रमा के प्रकाशित करने वाले, हे वेद त्रय स्वरूपी. All manner of veneration and adoration he is offering unto the Divine Lord. Surya Narayan Swami is very pleased and he gives him a very special blessing. And what is that blessing? He affords him the opportunity, and he brings that blessing in his life, and he gives him a very special money, a gem. It's like a diamond, a very huge diamond like that. So much so that when the sunlight is reflected off of it, it looks like a small sun itself. And Satrajit is blessed with this Shyamantak money, it's called. And when Surya Narayan Swami places it around him, when it shines, when he walks, anywhere he'll walk, that it is almost like if you see the sun walking coming towards you. It's like a mini sun. So resplendent and beautiful. But it also has a very important quality. And that is, whomsoever should possess this money, this Shyamantak money, every day in that house, gold appears. You wake up and a certain amount of gold is there. No poverty is there. Just as the sun shines like gold, gold flows from this gem. And Satrajit would, after he performs his puja, he will have this money around his neck and he will walk through the village. And wherever he is going through the town, people would say, oh, such a great person. Look, Surya Narayan Swami himself is walking, coming. Surya Narayan Swami has descended on earth and he is walking amongst us. So they visualized him and they thought that he himself was Surya Narayan Swami. And what happened, my dear friends? एक समय की बात है. प्रसेनजीत उस मणि को पहने हुए किसी कृष्ण जी के साथ बने में आकेत के लिए गए. That Satrajit, he went to visit Bhagavan Krishna in the Sabha to show him the gift that he has gotten from Surya Narayan Swami. And he says, Bhagavan Krishna, please look at this blessing that I have gotten. So brilliant it is that everybody in the Sabha had to, couldn't see properly. They had to, if you watch too close, you'll get akai. And as he's there, he explained to Bhagavan Krishna the miracle of this gem. That it will bring forth prosperity. Gold will flow. Bhagavan Krishna said, great indeed are you for acquiring such a blessing for Surya Narayan Swami. And he says, I would like to make a request There are some people in our community who are experiencing some hardship. Please lend me this money for a short time so we could build up some resources so that we can help the less fortunate ones. And after that, I will return it to you. Now, you know what happened, right? Satrajit becomes, in his mind, a little doubt is there. If I lend Shri Krishna this thing, when you see the money start to flow, next thing you want to give me back. The mind is like that, isn't it? Is there anybody here who doesn't want to lend? Of course you want to lend. You don't mind lending somebody something. But when you lend them back, when you lend them, if you need it, you're ashamed to ask them for it after. And you know how it go? And sometimes you get burned once, twice. You say, see me lending nobody nothing again. From the time you only think about something, you want to lend you something and stuff answering your phone and you're coming outside because you're afraid. Such is the nature. That's how it happens sometimes. And your own people is doing that. And you, for your own thing, you're ashamed to ask. You're feeling bad. And that creates enmity sometimes, you know. In family itself, it creates enmity, I tell you. You have to be very careful. So sometimes, you know what's the best thing? If you could afford, you give them and say, watch, don't bother to give me back, you keep that. I can't give you what you asked for, but you see this little bit I could give you, you keep that, don't worry, I ain't want you back. That way, you avoid any kind of embarrassing situation that could cause enmity. But in his mind, he's thinking, now how is he thinking about by Bhagavan Krishna? But he doesn't see that. He is seeing that, you know, Sunarayan Swami give me this. He didn't say to lend nobody, didn't say to give anybody. And next thing when I give you, and you want to give me, when the things are go good with you, you don't want to give me back. So like that he's thinking. Bhagavan Krishna say, all right, that's okay. So he goes. And when he goes, of course, you know, when you go home, you don't tell everybody what take place, right? You dulahin, you know, I went to show Bhagavan Krishna this thing, right? And you know, the man asked me for it borrow, and I didn't really, I didn't want to lend him, but I thinking next thing he get too accustomed with this thing, and when the prosperity started flowing, he might not want to give me back. And you know. So I didn't lend him. But the conversation don't end there, you know. Just remember, when you tell somebody something, how far that thing could go, right? And they could add up. And all you know how the thing does go on social media, right? You put 1 inch there and then you just end up with a yard. And how much trouble that thing could end up causing after, right? I don't have to tell all of that. But here, what happened now? Bhagavan Krishna, after a few days, he goes about his business as usual. He has a lot of things to see about. And at the point in time when he's on earth, he has his earthly duties and his kingly duties. So he's seeing about the people in the kingdom. But Satrajit had a brother called Prasenjit, and he loved his brother very dearly. Very dearly. Anything his brother want. You know, that's how some families are, right? And some people kind of freehand. Anything you want, they're giving away. They don't study nothing. I'm a brother, man. So like this now. His brother is aware that he had this thing. But his brother is not as devotional as he is. He's a kind of lima, right? You know how the thing is be. Not everybody in the family is of the same bhav. Some just pick up Bhagavan bhav. Some just pick up a little different kind of bhav. Some puja oriented. And some a little kind of fet oriented. You know how the thing does go. Not because you come from the same tree. Mean to say you had the same stock, you know. You don't operate like that. Because when we come into this world, although we belong to the same family, we come into this world with something called vasanas. You know what's vasana? The vasanas that are in you is what will cause you to become attracted to certain things in this world. So you could come from the best of family. But if your innate vasana that you have incarnated into this world with because of your past karma, then you will find yourself pulled and attracted to certain negative things. It happens like that. And you'll find some negative families where you'll find one person you don't know. You say, boy, the whole Rakshas clan, and how this fella come out so, boy? Like a Devta. And it don't make sense. You want to know what's happening, right? And you find in the Devta family, you say, boy, this boy come out like a Rakshas, boy, why is that? He can't come from the same family, something wrong. But such is the nature. Because that thing is based on something called vasanas. And we all have vasanas that we brought into this world with us. It comes in the form of the subtle body. See, I'm not taking away from the katha, but I want you to understand why these things happen. When you leave this world, an immortal coil is destroyed. The Atman or the soul is encased in what is called the subtle body. In that Vayu Tattva, when you create the Pindaj Tattva. Next week, Friday, I'll tell you a little more about that. I'm just giving you a little snippet, right? When that soul becomes encased in the causal body, the causal body is all of the information that is uploaded into the Akashic records, or and tell if everybody has iPhone and thing, right? Just go up in the cloud, right? Which part of the cloud they? When you back up your data in what do you call it? Google Drive and all those other kind of things. Which part that is? And you know how they're bright, right? Fast, they just give you free, and then all of a sudden they tell you, well, you run out of space. You have to pay for this and pay for that and pay for the next. Otherwise, you'll lost all your data. Better you buy a flash drive and download everything and keep it in. But you have what they call redundancy, right? Children, you all know about that? Vandana. You know what is triple redundancy? You back up the information 3 times on 3 different drives. So if one crash, you're sure you have it somewhere else. I learned that from Raj. He tell me that. It's important to back up things, to have it, especially important information. So the information from our past karma, it has a redundancy in that causal body. It goes with us, that Atman or that soul, and it transmigrates when you descend next time when you come in, whichever body that you come in. It don't necessarily have to be a human body. It could be anything, any species. 8.4 million, you don't know. It could be Kira, it could be a woman also. And when you descend there, that vasana, if you come as a human being, the vasana is what awakens in you at the point in time in your life, and it shows where your attraction is to the things of this life. So not because you're in the same family and your siblings mean that you will have the same kind of likes. There are dislikes, there are differences. That's how it is. So his brother is not of his kind. He is a sportsman and a party man. He like to lime and thing and go on hunting and all kind of thing. But he's still his brother, and they're still very close. Doesn't mean that you're not close with your family. No. That's okay. You might have different qualities, but family is still family. We know this thing. And then what happens? His brother asks him, he say, boy, I'm going for a little line, they let me borrow thing, man. How you go look? So he's not in the manner of telling his brother no. So he lent his brother this shamantak money. And Prasenjit borrows this money, this gem, and he goes out in the evening, how did I say it, right? Out in the town, going for a little lime. But in the morning, he did not return home. He did not return home. And his brother got a little worried. He didn't come home. So what happened? What's the cause for that? He didn't come home. A whole day passed. He started to get a little bit more worried. No, he said something wrong, man. My brother, he do operate so. So, you know how it is. Well, at that time, it didn't have hunters search and rescue. It had a different kind of thing. But the news went out that this boy is missing. And the news started to spread that he is missing, and along with him, the gem is also missing. And you know how people mind is, right? They see, they hear, but they know everything. You understand? We see 2 lines on Facebook and we make our own story. Investigative journalism, they call that. We do our own investigation, call our own thing. What happened, my dear friends? That news came. Satrajit is having a conversation with his wife at home. And without thinking, he's just talking. You know, sometimes you just say things, you don't have any meaning behind it, but you're just talking. You say, girl, what I go tell you? Remember one time I gone and Krishna, he didn't want his thing. He didn't want it borrowed. I didn't want to lend him. I wonder, next thing you know, he must meet him and he must take it or some kind of thing must happen, right? So he's thinking like that in his mind. Now, them just talk that by themselves, right? But when you see they talk that, waiting happen. The maid who was working in that house have a friend who was working in the palace. So she hear a little piece. And you know how information does go, right? I don't tell you how fast the phone does pick up. If I ask anybody here who gonna pick up the phone and say how the katha gone last night and what they learn or they didn't learn, nobody had phone picking up for that. But if you see some kind of couture or bacchanal take place here, know how fast before they leave here, that news done gone all over the place. That is how people are, isn't it? So she tells the friend, this one say Bhagwan Krishna take the gem and he must dispose of the boy. That maid in the house tell the other maid in the palace of Bhagwan Krishna, well, you know what the talk is in the village? Well, it don't spread already. Bhagwan Krishna kill the boy and take the thing because they can't find him missing. Now, Rukmini hear this thing. So she call up the maid and them to find out, hey, what is all they saying there? They say, well, the money missing and Satrajit brother missing. And he borrowed the thing and everybody saying Lord Krishna is the only person who wanted this thing. So they're saying, well, he take it and he disposed of the brother. She started to get worried. And she goes, not? Well, you know how fast, she say, Bhagwan, you hear what they say? You hear what they say? You know how people is panic and then fast, right? So she starts to panic and she says, not? I heard this today. Bhagwan Krishna shake his head. He says, oh Lord. What tell you? And I tell you, it ain't gonna be too long before I see my name calling something. Anytime you're going good and things going good, you don't have to wait very long before you see. Jealousy is an interesting thing. People like to pull you down, As soon as you find things start to go good, some kind of rakshas that's be around. And sometimes the rakshas that be in our midst and they can't wait for opportunity to pull you down. Instead of trying to lift and build, they try to pull you and cut you down. Happens like that. Bhagwan Krishna smiles and he says, no problem. Such is what I expected and it is time now for me to clear my name. So he organizes a search party. See how we start this, Bhagwan himself start this hunters search and rescue. He organized some hunters and they say, let me track this fella and see where he went and what was taking place and how we'll unfold the mystery of this thing. So they begin to interview and investigate where he went. Poor Bhagwan Krishna. He has seen trouble and he had to save himself because nobody can save him. Bhagwan Krishna is in trouble. His reputation is in trouble. What will we do? Can we help him? Are we in a position to help the Lord? Data ekaram bikari sari dunya. The whole world full of beggars. Only one giver, the Bhagwan. What will we do tonight, my dear friends? Let us pray and let us chant. Let us see if we can bring some relief to Bhagwan Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Let us clap and sing, my dear friends. Ask the Lord to relieve our problems and our difficulties. Supplicate ourselves at the feet of the Lord.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Govinda Gopal Nandalala, Oh Krishna Govinda Gopal Nandalala, 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 Murali Manohar Nandalala, Oh Krishna Govinda Gopal Nandalala, Oh Krishna Govinda Gopal Nandalala, 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 Murali Manohar Nandalala, Hari Bol. Krishna Govinda Gopal Nandalala, Oh Krishna Govinda Gopal Nandalala, 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 Murali Manohar Nandalala, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Oh Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Vrindavan Yamlal ki Hare Krishna. Everybody drinking water and then nobody answering at all. That divine Lord, my dear friends, He who is the Lord of this universe, who is in physical human form, finds himself in great difficulties and problems. What do? Bhagavan Krishna searches together with a host of other individuals, including friends of Satrajit. Why? Because he has to remain neutral and somebody must be there to respond. And as they begin this journey, my dear friends, it took them to the edge of the forest. And at the edge of the forest, they saw a trail of blood. And everybody's, blood guy? Kaun sa? To whom does this belong? And as they traverse into the forest a little bit, they see the unfortunate demise of Prasenjit. And when they investigate, अशुचता के कारण अश्वारूढ़ प्रसेनजीत को एक शेर ने मार डाला. Upon closer investigation, it came to the realization that it was not Bhagavan Krishna, but he was destroyed by a sher. What is a sher? Tiger. Took his life. And they began to follow this tiger to see where it went, because the money, the gem is also missing. So that tiger killed this individual, he took the gem with him. And as they traveled deeper into the forest, they found this tiger. Unfortunately for the tiger, a very huge one, he was also dead. So they're thinking, and the money, the gem is also missing. So the tiger killed the man. What is powerful enough to kill this tiger and also take that gem? So they started to follow deeper into the forest now to see what is happening. What man of individual would be able to perform such an act? And they came to a clearing, and there is this gufa, there is this cave. And when they saw the cave now, everybody stops and nobody is willing to go any further. Nobody found the diamond. The cave is there and everybody becomes afraid and they stand at the mouth. So Bhagavan Krishna is thinking, nobody wants to go. But if I don't go, how will I clear my name? I have to go. So he tells them, you stay here for a little bit. I am going inside. And let us see. Wait, don't go, don't leave me alone inside. So he goes. And when he goes inside, he sees a lot of auspicious drawings on the wall, and he goes deep inside the cave, almost a mile inside. And he sees a clearing, an opening there. And there, he's seeing a little girl child playing with this gem, because it's shining, even inside the cave it's shining. With whatever little light is there, it's reflecting that light. And she's playing with this. And he's looking around, because inside there's not an ordinary cave. It has all of these auspicious markings on it. It looks like it's inhabited by people. It's not just an empty cave. And this girl is there with this thing. And when he sees her and he's observing for a little while, she recognizes that she's not alone. And when she recognizes that she's not alone, my dear friends, she calls out, Pitaji, there's a stranger in here. And out of nowhere, the huge roar, a bear jumps from the height and lands in the middle there, in front of Bhagavan Krishna. And as that bear jumps in front of there, he's asking, who are you and how did you end up here? Because nobody knows the existence of this place. Only then Bhagavan Krishna realizes that it is this bear that killed that tiger and took that gem. He didn't want it for himself, he gave it to his daughter. So Bhagavan Krishna is telling, listen, I have come to receive this here. But that bear is having none of that. You're not supposed to be here, nobody's supposed to know this place. And they begin to fight. A great fight takes place. A great war between two individuals. And night falls outside and these fellas and them start to quake, because you know what in their mind, right? Suppose the animal that killed that tiger come back in, what we go do? They are afraid there, and Bhagavan is fighting for his life inside. What will you do, my dear friends, if you are in a similar position? What will you do? Bhagavan say, wait for me here, don't leave me. I'll go in and investigate. Will your faith hold strong or you go forget him? We're living in Kali Yuga, and in certain places we have what is called, you know what they call the 11 days wonder? You know what's that? We have a saying that in some parts of this country we have what is called 11 days bhaktas. When you see this time come, it ain't nobody greater than them when you see devotion to put out, you know. Man, you making joke. But when you see Tuesday morning reach and the Murti gone down there, well, you can't see them until next year again, same time, you know. You can't see them. Every excuse in the book, they have time with Bhagwan again. When you see next year come, them in the front line, you know, don't get better than them, you know. They call it the 11 days wonder. For the 11 days bhakta. Greatest devotee you could ever think about. After that, Bhagwan had to relax. They will pull him out from the archives and dust him out and all kind of thing, and then they will wake up back again. Real strange thing has happened in this land that we have. Bhagwan Krishna is in this battle and he fought for 7 days and nights continuously. 7 days and 7 nights. Continuously. And at the end of the 7th day into that 7th night, that bear started to feel a little bit weary and tired. And he stops. And he says, show me your true form. I want to know who you are. You want to be some Rakshas in disguise or some kind of thing like that, because it have nobody who could fight with me for so long and not be defeated. I am feeling tired. Something is wrong. You're not a normal human being. You're something else. Who are you? Bhagavan Krishna stands like this and he smiles. And as he smiles, this beautiful radiant light glows from him and he transforms from Basuri and Chari. You know Basuri and Chari, right? The Basuri he has, but he also has a little chari, a little stick that he used to guide the cows wherever he wants them to go. And instead of the Basuri and chari, in royal garb as it were, looking like that royal prince, the Basuri turns to a bow and the chari turns to an arrow. And that bear has to blink twice and rub his eye and watch and see. Not, my Lord, is it you? He's not seeing Bhagavan Krishna anymore. Whom is he seeing? He's seeing Bhagavan Ram from Treta Yuga. Do you know who that bear is? Or was? That bear is Jamawant. Jamawant, from the time of Ramayana, he was the oldest person in the army of Ram. He was the confidant and the advisor to Sugriv. And he was a part of that battle with Ravan. But because he was elderly and he was old. Now, Jamawant is Ansh avatar of Brahma. Eh? He's not no ordinary being. You know. He's Ansh Roop of Brahma Dev himself. And because he's elderly, often they put him in the back and say, listen, let the young boys and them fight and think, you relax and think and give advice. So at the end of he's always there giving Bhagwan advice. When they stood at the shores of the ocean to cross into Lanka, Bhagavan Ram is telling Jamawant, you are most senior and you are most wise. You've been here longer than everybody else. Tell me, kya upay? Show me a way, how can we bridge this ocean? And Jamawant smiles and he says, Nath, you go fool them young boys and them, but you ain't go fool me. You are who name. Your name tells. Bhajan says, अंत में निकला ये परिराम ये परिराम ये परिराम राम से बड़ा राम का नाम राम से बड़ा राम का नाम अंत में निकला ये परिराम राम से भरा राम का नाम. The name of Ram is greater than Ram himself. At the end of one's life, if they could only take your name, you are able to take them, ferry them across this Bhausagar. Your name is so powerful that you could cross men across this entire Bhausagar. And today you asking me how to cross this little canal as it were. This little small, this ocean is like a cow's hoof in the ground. Well, see now. I tell you that, how much people go even understand what I'm saying? If you never mind a cow, if you don't know what a cow look like, you know the size of the hoof of a cow? If the land is soft and the cow is walking, it will make an impression. It will make a little hole, right? If that is filled with water and you walk in, you just see that. Now you see that little puddle of water? Or you walk over that water like if it was never there at all. You're running so fast, you don't even know how much of that you run over. Jama is saying this ocean is like that little hoof of water. That is nothing to cross over. It don't even exist. And you're asking me how we go cross that? And your name is so powerful that this whole Bhausagar, everybody could cross over just by taking your name. Because the name of Ram is greater than Ram himself. And at the end of the war, at the end of the time when everybody had to leave, Jamawant was talking to Bhagwan and he says, you know, not everybody got a chance to have a little sports with you. To get a little chance to make a little rustle and a little sport. They say, I only back me on one side. Me am get a chance for a little kind of something. So Bhagwan says, Tatastu, so be it. You'll get a chance. But you'll have to wait until the end of Dwapar Yuga when I come again. You'll get an opportunity. Not just for a little 5-minute sport. We got sport for a whole week, 7 days. And today, after how many thousands years now? Bhagwan Ram spent almost 11,000 years, right? And Dwapar Yuga is how many years? Oh, let's do some maths now. Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. And you have to double that to get Dwapar Yuga. 864,000 years. Check. When Bhagwan Krishna, but he came at the end. He didn't come at the beginning at 864. That's how long it lasted. He came. He spent 700 years here. And Jamawant had to wait. So Jamawant had to wait almost 864,000 years, because when Treta Yuga ended, when Bhagwan left and Dwapar started, Bhagwan Krishna didn't come in the beginning. He come quite in the end. So some 864,000 years approximately. Jamawant had to wait to get that darshan of Bhagwan in the form of Bhagwan Krishna. When we pray, how long are we willing to wait for God to hear we prayers? Immediate gratification, right? If you answer the prayers while you're praying self, you're vexed with He. Be you stand up here and you're praying and He must done fix everything for you before you even finish and do the arti and say, Jai, everything must be, otherwise, yes, you hold Him to ransom. I put up a jandi for you, you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to do the next. I do this puja and this one and this thing and you have to fix up all. So Bhagavan now is obligated to us. We are not obligated to the Lord is obligated to us. Jamawant is waiting. Check how many thousands of years to get that darshana, that which he asked of the Lord, and he waited patiently. He waited patiently, my dear friends. And Bhagavan blessed him indeed. And he smiled and he says, Kshama kare Nath. You are my Lord, you are my life. I've been waiting so many thousands of years to get this darshana, this opportunity. And today, look at what I do. I fought with you. I called you a Rakshas. And I hit you. His tears started to flow from his eyes. Kshama kare Nath. Forgive me. And then Bhagavan returned that Maya and he came back in the form of Bhagavan Krishna and he smiled and he says, you don't remember, but you ask for this. And I am fulfilling only that which you ask for. There's a saying, be careful of what you ask for. You just might get it. And then what will you do? Without thinking, we're saying, right? I wish that happened to you. And this should have happened to that one and the next one. If it happened, what are you going to do? Eh? If it happened, children, you know how we just do that, right? When you don't like what your parents tell you, I wish so and so, and this and that, you quarrel up and you go on, and something happened to your parents, you know, happening your whole head and they start to bawl and cry, oh God, if I didn't know, I would have, I could have, I should have, right? And some parents say, God, I wish God, you better give me a fig tree than you give me this children like them here. You know, I might get something to eat them, set that waste that time children. Yeah? It goes both sides. It doesn't happen like that. जिनके हृदय हरि नाम बसे तिन और को नाम तिन और को नाम लिया न लिया रे, जिनके हृदय हरि नाम बसे, जिनके घर एक से पुत्र भयो, 3 लाख का पुत्र भयो नमः. The bhajan says, जिनके हृदय हरि नाम बसे, in whose heart God resides, there is no need to say any prayer. And if there is one son in a house, जिनके घर एक से पुत्र, if you only have one son in a house, you could have 100, but if one of them dedicated to God, they could pull 7 generations out of hell, past and future also they could save. One. But better to have one devoted son than to have 1,000 rakshas. Better have one. एक से पुत्र, 3 लाख का पुत्र better than have 1,000. So when the old people say better you have a fig tree, they make up that their dies. They know that from long time. Like that. So many bhajan, so many things I can quote. Bhagavan Krishna smiles and he gives darshan to Jambavan because that ends his stay on this earth. He's now having fulfilled that desire. Jambavan can leave and go back to Brahmaloka. And Jambavan is telling the Lord, Hey Kripa Sagar, Hey Daya Sagar, Hey Nath, I return this money to you because you are my Lord. And nobody can put a stain on your name. You take this money, I'm giving it to you. It is I who saw this lion with this tiger with this, and I killed that lion, I brought it and I gave it. I am gifting it to you, now you please take that. And at the same time, I am offering the hand of my daughter Jamwanti. You please also take her with you. So Bhagavan Krishna returned out of the cave after a whole week. Not only with the money, but Jamwanti. Them fellas and them, when I tell you they quaking, the man frightened, half of them gone home. And only a few stayed. And what happened, my dear friends? They returned. And in the royal sabha in front of everybody, he called Prasenjit. In front of everybody, he didn't go and do it secret. He says, Prasenjit, look, all of these witnesses are here. I returned this money to you. I found it. This is where we found it and this is what happened. His wife of Prasenjit, she's so extremely happy and embarrassed at the same time. She said, Nath, Shama Kare, you know what? Better you keep this. We don't want it anymore. You keep it. Bhagavan said, no. I don't get accused one time already. I don't give it. I don't want it. You keep it. But you know what? So Bhagavan ended up with one next wife, Jamwanti. And then the daughter of Satrajit also got married to Bhagavan Krishna. And that gone in the dowry and all too. So they had no choice. Now he had to take it by force because the daughter and the gem also went. So it went into the royal palace. And the prosperity that flowed from it was used to assist all the entire Purvasi, the entire kingdom benefited from the blessings of Suryanarayan Swami. Brindavan Vihari Lal ki jai, Sri Suryanarayan Swami ki jai. Bhagavan Krishna is telling to Rukmini, such is the effects of looking at that moon. I told you the katha tonight, but that is only one half of the solution. The next half of the solution, Bhagavan Krishna says, in order to fix this problem, on the Chaut Tithi that comes, that follows, Bhado Mas, you have to do puja for Ganesha and Chandrama. Adha, half of the seat belong to Chandrama and half of the seat belong to Ganesha. And you have to perform 2 RM puja. And when you go outside, you have to wait till you see the moon. If you don't see the moon, you can't offer the Arjuna, because you have to offer jal to the moon before you could complete that puja. It is only when you hear this katha and you do that puja, then that kalankik will wipe out from you. But it will wipe out until next year again if you see the moon well. Bad business. Bolo Sri Gajanan Swami ki. Okay. So, tomorrow again we'll continue. More katha we'll get tomorrow of that Ganesha. He is so blessed that he told, even though you get that kalankik chant, even though you are afflicted by that negativity, if you perform the puja, both of us together, it shall wipe out from your life. And you'll not get any blame or negativity attached to you. So my dear friends, at this point in time, please stand as we have our arti. I know tomorrow is a working day, so I don't want to keep all late. We don't have to wake late tomorrow night already, and I want everybody to come and wake all night. When you go to work tomorrow, you apply for your casual, and you can't apply for a sick leave before. You can't anticipate you'll get sick, so you go apply for the casual if you want. And if you want the boss good, when you go to work Wednesday, you go apply for a sick leave for Tuesday. But you wasn't really sick, so it ain't gonna be right to do that. So better you apply for a casual leave. So you could stay home Tuesday. Because tomorrow is going to be a long night. We're going to try to organize a little coffee and thing, and if anybody can't wake and they need a little assistance, so you could get a little help. Keep us going. As we worship unto the divine Lord, my dear friends, we pray, waving the sacred light unto that Ganesha. May he be pleased and may he bless you. May he bring into your life that which you desire. Hari Om. Ganana anta ganapatim havamahe kavim kavina upamastramastram jeshta rajan brahmanaspata ana shunnannuti visidha sadhanam Sriman Mahaganadipataye Namaha Yani Kani Japapani Janmantar Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vinashanti Pradakshanaye Pade Pade Harihi Om Mata Jaki Parvati Ho Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva Bolo Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. 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 Mata Jaki Parvati Ho. Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी माथे पर तिलक सोयो माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूष की सवारी जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा मुदाकराद मोदकं सदा विमुक्त साधकं कलाधरावतंसकं विलयश्लोक रक्षकं माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा अंदन को आक देत कोरियन को काया अंदन को आक देत कोरियन को काया मांझन को पुत्र हो मांझन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश अगायकैकनायकं विनाशि वेददायकं नतासुवानतासकं नमामि तं विनायकं माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा और चढ़े मेवा लड्डुअन को भोग लड्डुअन को भोग लाग संत कर सेवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा तीतरारि भीकरं न भोरितारवास्वरं न मत्सुरा निरंजनं न तारिका न पुंदरं माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश
Ganesh Deva.
दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी
Gauri Putravari, Gauri Putravari.
दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी
Gauri Putravari, Gauri Putravari.
मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो शंभु के दुलारी
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva. Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva.
सुरेश्वरम निदेश्वरम गजेश्वरम गणेश्वरम महेश्वरम तमाश्रय परात्परम निरंतरम माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva.
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा
Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh, Jai Ganesh Deva.
मोरया मोरया
Moria, Moria,
मोरया मोरया
Moria, Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
Hey Ganapati Bappa Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
Hey Ganapati Bappa Moria.
मोरया मोरया
Oh Moria, Moria.
मोरया मोरया
Oh Moria, Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
Ganapati Bappa Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
Hey Ganapati Bappa Moria.
मोरया मोरया
Moria, Moria.
मोरया मोरया
Moria, Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
Ganapati Bappa Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
Ganapati Bappa Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा मोरया
Ganapati Bappa Moria.
गणपति बाप्पा
Moria.
बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की To that divine Lord, most beautiful Lord, we offer our love and our devotions this evening. Having completed our penultimate night of devotion, tomorrow, Jagrata, we wake as much as we can before we begin the journey for the Visarjan. Offer unto that divine waters from which this earth has come, we return the Lord to its resting place. The Murti, the image of that divine Lord, returns to the resting place where energies and vibration and blessings will be there for the entire village and community until the time comes again when we will go and ask for permission to be able to recreate this beautiful Murti of the Lord. Great God Ganapati, I bow to thee. Elephant face one, I bow to thee.
Great God Ganapati, I bow to thee. Elephant face one, I bow to thee.
Great God Ganapati, I bow to thee. Elephant face one, I bow to thee.
Great God Ganapati, I bow to thee. Elephant face one, I bow to thee.
The delight of Lord Shiva, I take refuge in thee. O big belly son of Mother Parvati.
Great God Ganapati, I bow to thee. Elephant face one, I bow to thee.
Infinite Om, oh, I bow to thee. For you ride on your mouse unto victory.
Great God Ganapati, I अर्पन्ते स्वान् अर्घाग्रे
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव
त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव
त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव
त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा
ॐ शान्ति ॐ
शान्ति 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 शान्ति
बोलो श्री गणपति गणेश भगवान की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय जगदम्बा दुर्गा देवी माता की जय श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय नमः पार्वती पतये सबको जय जय सीताराम।